This is the Horse Radio Network.
Greetings, everyone. Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily, episode 1325, where Horse Radio Network founder Glenn the Geek sits down with Canadian eventer, technical delegate, and owner of Tapestry Equine Services, Linda Hauck, for a chat about keeping the basics of horse training, well, basic. This episode is brought to you by Purina Animal Health. If you're listening to this program, it's obvious that you love horses. And let's be honest, our older horses hold a really special place in our hearts. That's why we want to do everything we can to keep our older companions around as long as possible and living their best lives. Well, our friends at Purina get this. That's why they've developed Purina Equine Senior Horse Feed with Active Age, a proprietary prebiotic proven through years of research to support a senior horse's aging immune system. Because when it comes to our horses, greatness never ages. To learn more, visit purinamills.com/activeage.
Well, hi, Linda, and welcome to Horse Tip Daily.
Hey, good afternoon, Glenn.
So what are we going to help people with today?
Well, one of the biggest things when I take on new clients and, you get to watch and see their riding style is, I try and keep things very simple and very succinct with horses and the riders. And one of the biggest things I tell people is, we only teach our horses three things. We teach them to stop, and that can be the downward transition, that can be the half halt, that can be the collection. We teach them to go, which is to go forward. That can be extensions, it can be gallop. And we teach them to move over, and that really encompasses all of our lateral work. So in our riding, we really shouldn't be getting too technical and busy with what we're actually asking our horse to do. It really is just three simple things that we're teaching them.
And, I think that happens in life in general nowadays, is we're all overcomplicating our lives. And I know that you're right. I think until you get those basics down, you shouldn't overcomplicate it.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do? At what point, how do you determine when a person's ready to go to that next step?
Well, when they understand and can relate back to you what you're asking them to accomplish. So if I ask a rider, let's say we're at a pretty novice rider, and, I need you to do that simple walk, trot, walk transition, and they can talk to me right back, talk me through what they would do and what they should be feeling, then you can carry it up, that next step. It's pointless in your coaching telling your students too much, because they'll look at you with that blank stare and go, well, which one did you want me to do first?
And, there is, I don't know if you've ever heard the all about the levels of learning. We used to teach this. I used to teach salespeople in the investment world. And the first level of learning is awareness. And then the second level of learning is actually second level of learning is knowledge and understanding, is really getting to know what you're doing, and that your body gets to learn, and that reflex comes into play at that point. And then only till the third level of learning is where you really learn how to apply that knowledge and really take that knowledge or that skill set to do an actual job. So
absolutely,
it's the same way when you're teaching riding is, they have to learn the basics. Their bodies have to get used to being where they are and doing the very simple things before they can ask their bodies to apply that to a skill or a job, whether it be dressage or reining or, whatever they're going to end up doing. Until it becomes unconscious, then they're not going to be able to move up to to the upper levels of learning.
Yeah, and a coach that I've used over the years, he summed it up once really well in that he had this really keen rider who was so keen on doing the one tempi changes, which you couldn't tell she was on the right lead or not.
There you go.
So they've got to understand what they're doing, what their horse is doing underneath them before you can keep progressing up the levels.
Right.
And another big thing that I stress with my riders is either we are training them or they're going to train us. So whenever you're asking your horse to do something, depending on the reaction you're getting, you've got to you've got to really look at the situation and go, okay, well, did I ask correctly and didn't get the response? Or is he trying to teach me what he wants?
That's right.
Takes experience. It takes a lot of time in the saddle before you can differentiate between the two.
And that is what makes riding one of the most difficult sports. Is with no other sport do you have another thinking, breathing creature that also has a desire to do something. Your skis don't really have a desire to do. Well, sometimes you think they do, but they're not thinking and breathing, and they don't have their own opinion. So that's what makes riding so unique.
Well, there you go. That's a wrap. Thank you again to Purina Animal Health for supporting this episode. Don't forget, you can go and download the free Horse Radio Network app for your iPhone or your Android. Never miss an episode. Go to your app store and search Horse Radio Network. It's quick and it's free. You can also subscribe via iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. This is Coach Jen, and I will be back again soon with another tip. So until then, go ride your horse! The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements made by guests on the Horse Tip Daily. Please use your own judgment when listening to the tips on this show.